Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Olga is here. For those of you who haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the bell as well to get the notifications about the videos I post out there. In today's video, guys, it's going to be a follow-up on Ardell as I have promised, and I am delivering this video to you. I have done swatches of these Ardell books that I have purchased last week, and I'm going to, of course, attach the swatches to this video. If you see all of this going on, that's from me playing around with this makeup. Right now, my face is done with Ardell makeup, so I use their matte eyeshadows, and I put a little bit of the shimmery eyeshadow right like at the center of my lid. So I'm going to talk about, first of all, one of their books here. Let me just find. So here I have this Shimmer Pro eyeshadow. And this book right here contains 15 eyeshadows. The product contains 0.53 ounces and it retails for $14.99. What I want to say about this product, first of all, I would say that for the price that you are paying, you are getting a decent amount of product. Basically, if you were to break down the cost, it turns out that you're paying $1 per eyeshadow, which is decent considering the fact that when I swatch them, they perform quite well. I am going to do like a check-in because I'm going to wear this throughout the day, see how these eyeshadows wear. Are they transferring anywhere? Are they like falling out onto my face? So that I cannot attest to. However, overall, the palette performed rather well. I would be honest with you, I really did not think that these shimmers would swatch as well as they did. But they have swatched quite nicely. I was pleasantly surprised. The only thing I want to say is that when I'm swatching colors that are close to my skin tone, be that shimmery shades or matte, they do not really translate onto my skin tone. Basically, I could be swatching them and it looks like I have nothing there. So when you look at my swatches and if you see all these stripes and it looks like one is missing, it isn't missing, it's really there. However, my skin tone doesn't pick that up very well. Maybe if I had a slightly darker skin, maybe it would pick up, or if I had fair skin, maybe it would pick up better, but with my skin tone, some of these things, they just don't translate. And for instance, I'm going to go into this shimmery one right there, and I'll just, let's see, I have a clean wrist. So, I mean, for me, some of these shimmery shades can be actually kind of like a highlight, so to speak. I don't have to use them necessarily as an eyeshadow. For instance, this one, this pink looking shimmery shade, I used up as a blusher today because I wanted to try to stay focused on Ardell makeup and I didn't want to be using any other makeup. So besides the contour, I contoured with Kat Von D light and dark book, but I was trying to, in terms of like eyeshadows, lipstick, and blusher, because I didn't have any Ardell blusher, I used this one as a blusher. So that's what I did. So I would say for this book, my verdict is quite a bit passable, quite nice. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised with these shimmers. Next on the list, I have, let me just see what I have here. These mattes right here. So again, you are getting 15 shades. Again, the same amount of product. For this book, it's 0.53 ounces of product. This does retail for $14.99. Again, I bought all of these books at Sally. They're running some kind of deal right now. I don't really like mentioning these promotions and deals in the YouTube video because, you know, this video is going to be up there and then at some point this information will get outdated. So yes, right now, currently, they are doing some kind of get one, get something off or free. I'm not going to go into those details because it's going to be irrelevant in a month or two. So the other thing is, if you do have a club card with Sally, you are saving, so you are getting those coupons and those deals. So that's nice. Going back to this palette, it is, like I said, 15 shades, like with the shimmers, and again 0.53 ounces of product. These colors do not really translate onto my skin tone. Like for instance, this guy right here, let me just go in. I'm going to put this color right next to that shimmery one that I did on my right wrist. So, you know, not really much there. So these are, usually what happens is when the colors don't really have a payoff on my skin tone, these are transition colors anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I would just say, okay, use this as like a transition shade and then go into deeper color and build your colors that way. I do have a couple of kind of like a little bit of a criticism how they organize this palette. So in my mind, I would put all of these, so like this one they've done okay. So you have your transition shade, you have your like a darker, and then you have like a lid. I would put them all sort of like in that order. I wouldn't necessarily flip it this way because this is like a brow bone, you know, area, and I would kind of want to see this put at the top, and so basically have them be in slightly different order. I will attempt to depod these and put them like in a Z palette or something where I can organize it how I would prefer to use them, because right now I am not sure I would want to keep them all in these books. Will I buy this again? Probably not, but do I think it's a decent value because you are pretty much paying only $1 per eyeshadow? Yes, it's a great, you know, I think it's a really nice dupe for some of the more high-end brands out there. And it does perform. I've worked with these right now. I have it on my eyes and they do perform nicely. So I would say, will I rebuy it again? Probably not, but do I think it's a good value for your buck? Sure. Yeah, I do. I do think it's a nice value. So moving on to the next book that I have is the lipstick palette. And with these guys right here, I will be honest with you, I haven't swatched all of them, and like actually I haven't really swatched any of them. Oh, that's because I was swatching from their books so I swatched the lipsticks in there. But I haven't swatched these, and I'm going to go ahead and, you know, do the swatches and I will attach them in the video. So what I have noticed though from their other lipsticks, I am not sure. Let me just do this color right here, see how it does. Okay, so actually not that bad. Not that bad at all. And again, a decent price. So let's see, you're getting 10 of these lipsticks and you are getting this for $14.99, and you are getting 0.53 ounces of product, just like with the eyeshadow books. So kind of the same amount of product, although you are getting just 10 of these versus with the eyeshadows you were getting 15 eyeshadows. So the breakdown cost would be a little bit different here. But again, I think this is pretty reasonable, and you know, to have a variety on hand for reasonable amount of money is quite nice. Remember how I said in the previous video, these do remind me of Bobbi Brown lipstick book, except that that book is like, oh, $220. I'm like, there is no way I am paying $220 for a book. Granted, yes, we all know it. There is more shades than in this guy, than in this guy right here. But I still don't want to pay $220 for a palette of lipsticks. I just don't know if I can ever justify that much money spent on lipsticks. Lipstick is a lipstick. Once it's on your lips, nobody knows what you really put on. And I probably would spend $220 on like Natasha Denona's eyeshadows, but not the lipsticks. I'm sorry. So, moving on, this product I have right here is World Tour Forever Kissable Jumbo Lip Stain. This one, literally, I mean, I have what to say about this product. It intrigues me. First of all, it's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like a marker, like a Sharpie marker or something. And what this is, it's basically like a lip stain, what they say. And here is the color. Let me just do it a little bit more. And this is what I'm wearing on my lips right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of fill in this area right here because I'm thinking it's not really there. So basically what this is, it's kissable, it will stay on your lips for 12 hours. This was $9.99, which I think is a lot considering this. I can't figure out, are you supposed to turn this stick? What's going on with this composite? So it's literally it literally reminds me of like a Sharpie or like an artist's marker, like Prismacolor or something. I'm serious, that's what it feels like. This is what it reminds me. You know, go ahead and draw with this. I personally did not really find this comfortable to put on my lips because it is precise, I'll give them that, and maybe doing like a lip liner with this would be great, but I would not want to be, you know, going in and filling in every little crevice and thing right here. So honestly, I think it's kind of like, it's a dud. I would not repurchase this product again. I'm sorry I spent $9.99 on it. It's just, it tells me that I think they have a really great idea behind, but I would like to know how you're supposed to feed more product into it. So evidently what will happen if you forget to put the cap on, I can guarantee you it will dry up and you would have wasted the product. So no. So what else do I have here? This eye pencil, and this guy is the white one, and there I put it right there. And where do I have clean spot on my wrists? Let's see. So here's this is the color. Oops, I'm just going all over the place today, so I'm just doodling, don't mind me. So this is the eye pencil, and I like it. I mean, if you want to like put a little bit of the white eye pencil right there, like in the corner of your eye, I think that's pretty. I think this definitely, I would rebuy this because it is very creamy, it is nice, and like it's super nice. It kind of reminds me of MAC pencils, but this is cheaper, and this is, I think it's really nice. Now let's move on to these books right here. So I have these two books. Something just fell out. These little minis to apply your makeup. So what you have here is you're getting a set of eyelashes, you're getting 3 eyeshadows, and you are getting these 2 lipsticks. Right away, I want to point out something. They put in these cute little guys right here, and even though you heard me say in the previous video that I like short brushes to apply makeup on, but not this short. These guys, they are absolutely tiny. I mean, I don't know, I think it would be extremely hard to try to get any kind of decent look out of using these things. So I would say that I would prefer to see like another product in here rather than waste all of this space for these three little stooges. I really think that this is just a waste. They also had included this guy right here, like the ones that come with some makeup eyeshadows like that you get at the drugstore. I mean, this is cute for like a child or something, but I don't want to use these guys. They're super duper tiny, and if I was in that kind of a situation where I forgot my brushes and I only have this, even then I would not be using them to apply my makeup on, because you would be, I think you would get more frustrated with this than get anything decent, and then you'll go in and blame these eyeshadows that, oh, but they don't apply nicely, I hate this. So, okay. These guys, it's a waste. I wish they put like a bronzer in here or a highlight or something, or maybe like a sculpting, some kind of a contour powder, something like that in here. I would prefer to see one more product in there rather than these guys. The lipsticks in here, I've swatched them. I mean, they are not really that exciting. I would say that comparatively speaking, these lipsticks, this red one, it is nicer than these two guys. So these nudes right there in this book are kind of like, I can live without it. I didn't find these to be easy to like or like I really wanted to love these books, these particular ones, because it gives you nice stuff like in one place, but I'm trying to love them and I don't love these two books. The eyeshadows are okay. I don't know if the eyeshadow formula is the same as in the other books. Like, I'm not sure if they used the same formula. I can tell you right now though that like this guy right here, when you're trying to blend it in, it's pretty patchy, like, and it's pretty chalky too. Like, you're looking at it and you're having like crumbles of product like going all over the place. When you try to play with these eyeshadows and the books, there isn't huge amount of fallout, so they are pressed quite densely into their little pens that they're in. I can tell you that the size of the eyeshadow here in the book looks bigger than these guys right here. I'm not sure if the depth is the same. So if the depth is, the same, then it's a bigger amount. But if these are shallower pens, then those guys, then they're just stretching the product out. I can't quite figure out yet how to calculate that amount. I don't know. I need to depot them to really be able to tell, and I haven't depotted them. I just didn't want to ruin these books before the video, so I guess I will start depotting them, and then I would be able to maybe like do another follow-up and see if the pens are as deep in these as they are in the actual books. Okay, so, and lastly, what I have here is their eyeshadow in the form of a pencil like this. Now this I liked. This is the eyebrow right here that I did with this, and I absolutely like how it applies. It's absolutely nice. I mean, it's creamy, it is beautiful. I am not so much sure that I would like to use it as an eyeshadow. I would probably use it like as a brow fill. A lot of times when I look at the product, I'm like, okay, do I want to buy it solely for this purpose only? And I would say usually I try to justify buying it if I can use it for multiple purposes. Like a really dark brown eyeshadow can be used as a brow fill powder. A liquid, a shadow that is in the form of a pencil, I mean, you can use it for other things, like you can, you know, again, fill in your brows. You can use it as like an eyeliner, although this would be kind of harder to work with since it is a thicker stick of a product. But I always try to like go, you know, and see what I can do with the product besides its original application. So like with those shimmery eyeshadows, as I shown you, I used one of them as a blusher, because not always are you going to say, okay, so how often am I going to use this color right here? Not for every single look, you know, and maybe this could work as something, or some of these shimmery ones can work as highlighters, you know, like, let's see, like that, right? And then this guy for a deeper skin tone could definitely be a highlighter, you know, and like, oh, this is pretty. So see, on my fingers, these things really swatch beautifully. And sometimes when we are looking to buy something, like, oh, you know, it's pretty on my fingers, it swatches so nicely, but the fingers have oils in them. So just because the product swatched beautifully on the finger, or even on the wrist, on your arm, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to translate onto your eyelashes. Ooh, you know, eyelashes. Skip that. Eyelids the same way as it did on your fingers or your wrist. So you really have to play with the product, and you really have to put it on your eyelids to be able to determine if it's going to be a true product to what it shows in the pan. This small itty bitty little bunch right here, I absolutely, let me just get the right books. I approve these books. So my verdict for these guys is yes, nice, absolutely nice, great value for your buck. If you want to have a variety and not commit to an expensive palette, absolutely head on to Sally's or website of Ardell's or Ulta. This is absolutely approved. I want to say I approve this message, you know. And I would definitely consider, you know, especially the shimmers. The shimmers really surprised me, pleasantly surprised me. Ooh. And what goes for this guy right here? No, that's a waste of money. Don't bother. $9.99 for this Sharpie. No. These guys right here, I really did want to love them. But like I said, I don't want to see these brushes in them. I would like to see the actual one of the products in there, and then they would immediately jump up in value for me. The eyeshadows are okay in this, but the lipsticks are marginal. I could live without these colors. And so I want to approve it, but I'm gonna say no. I do not approve these books. It's convenient and kind of like an impulsive buy, so to speak, but it's not, I don't know. I would not approve these books. I'm sorry. I just feel like this could be done better. I think if they come up with like a second generation of books like that and have a product right here and maybe up the quality of the lipsticks, I would reconsider. The pencil, yes, I approve this one. Verdict is absolutely great. And this eyeshadow in a stick, I approve it. Again, great value, works like butter. So with all of that said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you in my next videos, guys. Please leave me your questions, comments in the section down below. And if you have like any questions about any particular brand or product that you would like me to review, please also voice that out in the comment section down below. If you have any like a random question to me, or you want to share something random about yourself, that'd be actually kind of nice to read as well for me, and I would enjoy that, and just to get to know my audience. So again, leave them in the section down below. And I will see you in my next video, guys. I love you. Bye. Hi, everyone. So I'm doing like a little check-in to see how Ardell makeup is wearing on my skin. And this is about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours later. And I had also added eyelashes. I mean, I know I told you guys I don't wear falsies, but in order to give this brand a full review that they deserve, I needed to wear the false eyelashes since the brand is actually primarily known for their eyelashes. And I am pleasantly surprised because I am not somebody who wears false eyelashes. I actually consider my lashes to be quite good. But for this look, I have to say that eyelashes are really nice to like as an add-on. And I'm now considering to start wearing them more and more because of how good these perform for me. They were easy to put on. I did not struggle. Normally I struggle with them. Let me just show you. So like I have these guys right there, and that's from Sephora collection. And I struggled putting them on, so with Ardell, these are more comfortable to wear, and I actually am very pleasantly surprised. So this is what the makeup looks like. I did try one of the lipsticks from that lipstick palette, and this is what it looks like, and I am digging this. I like their stuff. The depotting, like I told you earlier that I said I was going to depot the eyeshadows and put them into like a Z palette, doesn't really work because I tried depotting it, and as you can see I destroyed one of them. But I think the reason depotting didn't work for me is because I tried using like a spatula. I tried using something like that, and I think this was too thick. I think I need to try again with some kind of a smaller object, and when I depot, not to angle the actual product too much, because I think when it's angled, that's what gave it that crease and it broke the eyeshadow. So with all of that said, I am gonna go and wash this off, and like I said, the two of the books that I did approve, I still approve. They wear beautifully. The eyeshadow did not transfer anywhere. I am very pleasantly surprised, and I'll see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye.